Hello family, welcome back to the Limitless Living Podcast. I'm your host, Ntebs Mbanjwa, CEO and founder of the Dinaledi Institute. This podcast is all about breaking the hidden beliefs that keep us living small. In episode 1, we faced I am not enough. In episode 2, we exposed the fear of failure. In episode 3, we broke through scarcity and money blocks. Today, we're tackling something that has personally shaped so much of my life, the fear of rejection and the belief that we must edit ourselves to be accepted. This belief keeps us wearing masks, shrinking our truth and hiding our brilliance just to avoid being judged, excluded, or abandoned. But family, masks don't manifest miracles, only authenticity does. So today, I want to walk you through my own story of rejection, what I carried for years, and how I broke free. My prayer is that as I tell my truth, you'll hear your own and you'll begin to release the weight of rejection from your spirit. I grew up in a home marked by abuse and fear, and on top of that, I grew up hearing words that pierced my identity. As a little girl, I was constantly called ugly. Sometimes it was direct, sometimes it was subtle, but the message was clear: you are not beautiful, you are not worthy of being chosen. Do you know what happens when a child hears that? She starts to edit, she starts to dim, she tries to earn love by becoming something else. For me, that editing looked like being the good girl, the achiever, the one who excelled in school. And I did excel. I was an A student. But instead of being celebrated, I was often outcasted by classmates. They would say, "Oh, she thinks she's better than us." I was rejected for shining. So here I was, rejected for how I looked, rejected for how I excelled. The conclusion I drew was, it's not safe to be me. So I edited. I tried to soften my light, hide my brilliance, quiet my voice. And family, editing yourself becomes exhausting. You end up living a life that doesn't even feel like yours. This is the trap of rejection, and ancient wisdom speaks directly to it. Neville Goddard taught, assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled. But you can't assume your wish fulfilled if you're busy assuming rejection at every turn. Florence Scovel Shinn said, your word is your wand. But when rejection rules, we use our word not to create, but to perform, saying what we think people want to hear instead of what's true. The Bible reminds us in Galatians 1:10, if I were still trying to please people, I would not be a servant of Christ. People-pleasing and authenticity cannot coexist. Bruce Lipton's science shows us rejection in childhood literally programs the nervous system for fear. Every time you were mocked or outcasted, your body stored it as danger. Hendricks points out that rejection is often what triggers the upper limit problem. We sabotage our joy because somewhere inside we're afraid, if I expand too much, they'll leave me. Think about it. Lisa never shares her artwork online because she's scared of comments. Dinaledi, the mum, says yes to every school activity, even when she's drained, because she doesn't want to be labeled the bad mom. Thabo, the entrepreneur, plays small with his pricing because he's terrified customers will reject his value. Cypher works himself into exhaustion at the office, terrified of being left out of promotions if he slows down. All of these are just masks we wear to avoid rejection. But here's the question. If the mask gets accepted, but the real you stays hidden, is that acceptance even real? Family, here's the truth I had to learn. Rejection is an illusion. When someone says no to you, they are not saying you are worthless. They're saying they are not aligned with you. That's all. Chocolate cake is loved by millions, but some people don't like it. Does that make the cake unworthy? No. It means those people are not aligned with cake. The same is true for you. Not everyone will like you. Not everyone will celebrate your gifts. And that is fine, because the ones who are meant for you will never need you to edit to be loved. Rejection is not destruction. Rejection is redirection. Every no creates space for a better yes. I had to unlearn everything I believed about rejection. I had to sit with that little girl who was called ugly and tell her, you are beautiful, not because of what they said, but because of who created you. I had to tell that brilliant A student who was outcasted, your light is not a threat, your light is a gift, and the right people will rise with you, not push you out. The day I stopped editing and started owning my authenticity, manifestation flowed. Opportunities opened, relationships deepened. The Dinaledi Institute blossomed. Not because I became perfect, but because I finally became authentic. The energy of authenticity is magnetic. Here are 6 tools to heal fear of rejection and people-pleasing. Inner child healing. Close your eyes, meet the little version of you who was mocked or excluded. Hug them, tell them you are loved exactly as you are. Practice small no's. Start with safe spaces. Say no when you mean no. Build the muscle. Affirm your truth. Daily affirmations. It's safe for me to be seen. It's safe for me to be authentic. I am loved for who I am. Reframe rejection. Every no is protection or redirection. Mirror work. Look into your own eyes unedited and say, I accept you fully. Aligned action. Each week, do one thing that risks rejection but honors your truth. Post that artwork. Speak that opinion. Raise your price. Imagine walking into a room fully authentic without masks. Imagine speaking, shining, laughing freely, and notice how the right people draw closer while others fade away. Ask yourself, if I stopped editing myself, what would I do differently in my work, relationships, creativity, and daily life? So family, remember this. Rejection is not a reflection of your worth. It is simply proof that you are not for everyone, and you were never meant to be. Masks may win you temporary approval, but authenticity wins you true alignment. Manifestation flows through authenticity. And when you stop editing and start living, life aligns with who you really are. Thank you for spending this time with me, Ntebs Mbanjwa, on the Limitless Living Podcast. If you want to go deeper, check out our upcoming masterclasses on our events page or visit our website to join one of our bespoke programs designed just for you. Make Limitless Living a reality now. Family, you are not here to be edited. You are here to be expressed. You are enough. You are loved. You are limitless.